at the corner of Gull Avenue and 315th Street. This is the pathway that takes us to the crash site.
Buddy Holly.
Oh my goodness, and look at those glasses. It's just wonderful that they signified this spot with the famous Buddy Holly glasses, Andy, too.
Right.
And so, why don't we take a walk up this path? They say it's a long way.
It is a long way.
All right, tag along with us. On February 3rd, 1959, American rock and roll musicians Buddy Holly, Ritchie Valens, and J.P. the Big Bopper Richardson were killed in a plane crash right here in this very field. At the time, Buddy Holly's band consisted of Waylon Jennings, Tommy Alsop, and Carl Bunch. They were performing as part of the Winter Dance Party tour across the Midwest. The long journey between venues on a cold, uncomfortable bus affected the performers with cold and flu symptoms. Upon arriving in Clear Lake to perform, Holly chose to charter a plane to their next stop in Moorhead, Minnesota. Richardson, who had the flu, swapped places with Jennings, while Alsop lost his seat to Valens after the infamous coin toss. Before coming out to the crash site, Andy, too, and I stopped at the famous Surf Ballroom. So behind me sits the famous Surf Ballroom, where Buddy Holly played his last concert here in Clear Lake, Iowa. And wouldn't you know it, when I want to do a tour of this facility and for you to see the stage, I can't go in. Why? Because of all days that I show up, they happen to have Led Zeppelin's own Robert Plant. Of all the luck, huh? I mean, and the concert sold out, so I can't go in to do that anyway. So just kind of a sad situation, because I really wanted Jimmy Lou and Andy too to show you what this is all about. So hopefully we'll get another chance to come in and see this ballroom. But tonight, all I can give you is the outside of it. So let's take a look. And this is the west side of the Surf Ballroom, and there you see Robert Plant's semi, where they haul all the equipment. And this here is the very door where Buddy Holly, Ritchie Valens, and the Big Bopper headed out and got their ride to the airport. The back of the Surf Ballroom here in Clear Lake, Iowa. And you see this big parking lot they have. Who'd have thunk that they were running major concerts here in such a small venue? And there is a stone memorial out in front of the Surf. Can't believe it took over 50 years to register the ballroom as a historic place. And there is how the Surf Ballroom looked in 1959. And of course, how it is today. Really hasn't changed at all. There is the Mason City Municipal Airport entrance. This is how it looked back in 1959, when they would have walked up to the main building to take that fateful flight. And there they are on that faithful evening. And they flew from this exact runway that still exists today, runway 17. And here is the plane, a Beechcraft, in which the three died in. And the aftermath on the morning of February 3rd, 1959. This is the pilot. It's good that they have something for the pilot, Roger Peterson. And there's that date, February 3rd. It was the early morning hours. And then, of course, the three records here.
Peggy Sue.
Chantilly Lace,
Peggy Sue.
and Donna. Although his bigger one was La Bamba. Look at all the beads.
How old the pictures and weather beaten they are.
Yeah. But as you can see, there's all kinds of items that people leave.
Look at all the guitar picks. See them?
Yeah, look at that. That's, you know, it's 60 years this year.
The most disappointing thing about not being able to go inside the Surf Ballroom was that Jimmy wanted to sing a Buddy Holly song on the very stage where Buddy Holly sang his last song. Well, Jimmy Lou, I think you should sing one anyway.
If you knew Andy too, then you'd know why I cook for Andy, my Andy too. Well, I love you, gal, yes, I want you, Andy too. Andy too, Andy too, Andy too, oh Andy, my Andy too. Well, I love you, gal, yes, I need you, Andy too. I love you, Andy too, with a love so rare and true. Oh, Andy, my Andy too. Well, I love you, gal, yes, I want you, Andy too. Well, I love you, gal, yes, I want you, Andy too.
From the site of the plane crash that took the lives of Richie Valens, the Big Bopper, and Buddy Holly. A moment of silence in the middle of this big corn and wheat field in the middle of Iowa. This vlog is rock and roll history. All right, after the disappointment at the Buddy Holly Surf Ballroom that I didn't get to go in, Andy says we'll get another shot, and I'm keeping the faith.
Maybe, you never know.
But for now, we're going to head across Iowa, and we stopped to fill up the gas tank, which we do so often, pulling this big rig behind us, this big machine. And we stopped for drinks. I don't know if I want to drink from a cup that you could come and go in. I don't know, Andy, too. Should we sip it? It's like a sample cup, it looks like.
You're going to suck on it, baby.
The strange things you find on the road. Anyway, back on the road, baby.